I'm seeing more and more people wearing masks and more people outside. So I just want to say thank you to Louisville for that. And I'm hopeful that this is part of the cause of our plateau this week. Today, I want to take a minute to answer some of the questions that my team and I have been getting. First one is, do I really have to wear my mask all day? And if you're inside or closer than 6 feet to somebody outside, then the answer is yes. So no matter when you're inside, as long as it's not your own house around your own family, please be wearing a mask. Even if you are farther apart than 6 feet, it's just best to keep that mask on the whole time you're inside. The mask or the face covering has to cover both your nose and your mouth the entire time. If it's not over your nose or not over your mouth, it's not doing its job. So please only think about taking off that mask if you're in a room by yourself, like I am right this second, or if you're eating, and always prefer that when you're eating, you're alone or you're outside 6 feet apart from somebody else. Next question is, if I get tested, do I have to stay quarantined until I get my result back? And it's yes. The answer is yes for that as well. If you think you have COVID symptoms or you think you were exposed and you need to stay quarantined away from others until you know the results. You're the most contagious those first few days of symptoms, and so we do not want you to be out in the community putting other people at risk. I know this is frustrating. Our testing results are taking longer to come back now, but in order for us to stop that spread and that wildfire that is going around, please asking if you think you need a test to stay home until you get that result. Next question, if you are exposed and identified as a contact, but you tested negative, do I really have to stay quarantined for the full 14 days? And this one's yes, full force again. Testing is only a point in time answer. And so we know you can develop symptoms and have enough virus in your body anytime in those 14 days. So if you are in contact with somebody and you get tested 2 days after the last time you saw them, you might not have enough virus left yet developed in your body to test positive. That doesn't mean you're not going to test positive on day 5 or 10. And so really the best thing is to stay quarantined for those 14 days. If you do develop symptoms, talk to our team when they call you or get tested then. Otherwise, just stay home for 14 days. And then the last question, I have been getting this. So the governor now limited gatherings to 10 people or less. Does that mean I can have my 50-person baby shower inside? So no, inside is way more dangerous than being outside. The ventilation is not as great, and there's multiple studies to show that being outside decreases the risk of transmission. So as always, virtual gatherings or drive-by gatherings are the safest. But if you feel the benefits of having a party outweigh the risks of COVID, please make sure that your gathering or party is outside. People are staying 6 feet apart as much as possible and have a mask on the whole time. I know it's hot, but we know that states to the south of us and looking at our data here locally is that when people go inside for gatherings, especially if there's eating or drinking involved and you can't have a mask on, that is when COVID transmission happens. So please stay outside, bear with the heat with me, and we will get through this. I share all this with you because last week I just mentioned how each of us needs to fundamentally rethink the way we go about our lives to stop this wildfire. We can't be normal right now, even as much as we really want to. We can't have our pre-pandemic lifestyles. To stop the spread of COVID, we must reset our expectations and must come to terms with this new way of living right now. We need to think about how we as individuals, families, businesses, and the community interact as safely as possible and respect one another by taking the prevention measures very seriously. That means to wear your mask all the time, except when you're by yourself, enjoying the outdoors 6 feet apart from others. And that means choosing not to host a big baby shower or graduation party. And that means avoiding crowded spaces anywhere. Go back another time if you show up someplace and it's crowded. We all need to interact safely with one another because if we all work together, we are going to get through this and we will put out that wildfire. So we can do it.